starting a little bit late today. Got something I need to sort out earlier, so I am getting stuff all together. For the people who know my company is Chik Design, and today I'm demoing how to make the teacup and saucer, and you can purchase it on my website cchik.com. I am still just getting a little bit of stuff. I'll be back in 1 second. So we will wait to see if there's more people joining us today. I'm not painting this today, but I'm going to show you how I make this and a little bit more fancy pattern stuff. And this is my cup and saucer former. So this is a modeling paste. So bear with me, I'll be back in a second. Hi everyone. Hi. For the people who just joined me, we are starting a little bit later than usual. I'm demoing my product today. It's a cup and saucer former. It comes as a set. Chik Design, cchik.com. You can go and have a look. You can buy this from my website, or there are other shops which sell my product. You can have a look and order from there. And I'll be back in a second. So I'm demoing how I make this cup, but not the painting today. There will be painting involved. I am going to paint with luster dust. So bear with me for a second. We are waiting for more people to join us. How is everyone? I am not going to show my face today because I'm running late and I'm all sweaty and bothered. I hope everyone is doing okay. Something I can't open. I'm using some luster dust, which I have before. Because it is for demo and display, so I'm using some old luster dust. You can use any edible sugar dust. There's no particular brand, and normally I will save some tub and then I will put my luster dust in there and then add lemon extract or lemon extract, dipping solution and all that, and then mix a paste to mix the color. So when I finish, I will save the pot with the luster dust in there, and then you can reuse it. So I like to keep that there, And I always have loads of pots, like edible dust, and because I do crafts as well, so I make sure all my crafts is in another cupboard. Right, hold on, I'm having trouble with the lid. So I have some pink luster dust here. So make sure you get the edible one. I mean, nowadays there are loads out there, but sometimes you can get luster dust which is not edible. If it is not edible, make sure that it's just a topper and nowhere near your cake. So when you need to do a display or a gift, because sometimes people order this and they use it as a keepsake present. So you can use non-edible products, but make sure you have a barrier to stop your dust or anything to go on your edible surface. And make sure you tell your customers what you use, really. So you can always mix your own color, like if you want a pink or light pink, you can always add a lighter color or darker color on it. So you don't have to just use what you buy from the shop straight away. I have other video with how to use this cup and saucer format on my website. The link is on my website, or you can go onto my YouTube channel, and yeah, you can find that. With the current situation, I don't have many stock left, and I don't know when is the next time I will remake the cup and saucer format. So once I sold out, I don't know when I will restock. That is the honest truth, because the current situation with the COVID and with all the other problems around the Asia that bit, you know. So I am going to put this away. I think I got everything with me on the table. Today I am still using Saracino modeling paste, but I have added another brand with the Saracino modeling paste, because the Saracino modeling paste is very soft and quite stretchy, but I want it a bit more heavy on the paste, so I have mixed Ringshaw flower modeling paste with it. So this is just an example how thin you can make your cup with the former, but if sometimes people have to deliver their cake for a long distance, then I would suggest, you see, sometimes you will have crack inside. So make sure if you're delivering cake to kind of like a distance you have to drive, or there is loads of vibration, make sure your paste is a bit thicker than usual. It's just this for display purpose, and I'm quite light-handed with my display, and this does not need to travel, so I can manage to make it like, this is about 2 mil, 1.5 mil thick cup. And this is just paint with edible color directly from the tub. I don't need to mix with cocoa butter. This is just directly paint on. How do you do the scallop edge on the saucer? Scallop edge? You mean this? Or this? Oops. Or this? This is just a cutter I use. Hold on, I'll show you. Oh my god. That. So today, the camera angle, I will put it like this, so you will see a little bit more surface which is on the table. Right, let me put this away so that I can work on this part. Maybe I'll put it over there. So in this cup and saucer former set, it is how to say it? It come with the former, and the plate former is like that, and that gives you a perfect plate. And you can use different cutters to cut to make a plate. Okay, let me move on. Maybe I'll leave that there. I think over there is fine. I hope I don't damage it. Got so much stuff on the table. Right, in my tutorial in YouTube, and well, mainly on YouTube, I use tracks on the table, but I haven't been out to supermarket, and my boyfriend did, but I forgot to ask him to buy tracks. So today I'm using just normal kitchen margarine, no, butter. This is just normal butter. And I have made some royal icing for decoration. And I need something else. Give me a second. Right, I am going to use a piece of paper to make the pattern on the side of the cup, and I am going to show you that in a second. Right, so that's that, and the cup and former set look like this. You can visit my website and find the product there. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you see, the thicker the cup, the harder to break. I am quite rough with stuff which is dry. Right, so I am going to cut myself a strip, like so. This is to make the pattern in a minute. It's quite straightforward. Anyone can do this at home. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I pushed the camera. And then I will cut the paper out. This is the best way to cut. I mean, I run a bit late today, so I could have done this earlier, but I just run out of time. But it doesn't matter, we just need a straight edge for that. Then I'll put this away. Right, so this is for our edge. So what I want to do is, okay, I have made quite a few of this cup already. So always make yourself a few spare, and if unfortunately when you do it your hand is really warm or your house is really damp, that the former and the paste stuck together, make sure you soak the former and the cup which stuck together into water, and then when it's soft, then you can peel it off. And then once it's dry, make sure it's dry, and then you can reuse this again. So this is how it works. And I'm going to show you how I make this in a second. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose one I like. They all look okay. I think I'll choose this one. You see, they are different sizes, but I'm going to show you how I make them same sizes, like same thickness. You see, this is much thicker and this is thinner. Right, when I don't use them, I tend to just stack them together. So I'm going to put this away. Right, I have choose this one. So I'll put that there. Then what I want is, okay, so we have this now. We will turn it upside down. I'm going to show you how I make the cup in a second, but I just want to do the pattern first, get the boring stuff out of the way. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that it is the white correct width for my cup. So, okay, so the pattern will stop there. So we're trying to get the best, how to say it, repeat pattern. So it stopped there, so we mark it there. Then we will cut it off. There. So we don't want that bit. Then you kind of decide how many. What I want to do is I want to do a scallop pattern on the cup. Then I'll fold this. Kind of half, then half again. It depends how many curve you want to do. I think for demo, I will make the pattern quite far apart. Would that look nice? So it's kind of like curved like that. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. So I'm not going to do more fold. So you see, it gives us equal distance for each of the, how to say it, the curve on the cup. Then now we will put it on. Because this is not to be eaten, so it's okay. If you're really concerned, normally you can use any pencil which is non-toxic, which is just lead. So you can do a light pattern on the cup, and I want it. Imagine you have some circle cutter. Is that wide enough? That's not wide enough. Okay, we go next one. So we want a curve. We want a nice curve. Okay, so I think that is a good curve. So remember, you can use pencil, but if you're really concerned with edible or non-edible, you can always get a color edible pen, the lightest color, kind of like a light yellow and stuff. Then you can mark the cup. But this is not to be eaten, so I can do this. So I want about, I think I want it like, I want to curve the top there. So I will start there. We will start marking it there. I mark it quite heavy so that you guys can see the line. But when you do it at home, you do it lightly. So I'll mark it like this. I mean, it doesn't matter if it is not accurate. This is just a guide. No one is going to use a ruler to measure what you made, but it's just from a distance, you want it to look as even as possible. I mean, we're not machines, so I doubt our stuff will be perfect. Now you see, even I have done that, because I have measured it from lower, then that part is the shortest part, so it doesn't matter that we can put a handle there or something like that. Once you paint it and stuff, you won't notice. Then we will get a curve. So just as a guide, as a distance, we will mark it like that. I think that is not very good actually. Okay, so change of plan. I think this will be much easier for you guys to do. Right, so after I have marked that, then I will do this. And then cut it out. To make it even and not so obvious not even, I mean, you don't have to do this bit, you can just go straight onto this part. So now we will put it there. Because you have marked it already, so then you just put it there. Oops. Then that will be, each time will be perfect. Okay. Don't worry, once you paint it, you won't notice the line you make earlier. But while you're doing this, the best way is put back the former. Let me throw that away. Put back the former, and then it's easier to handle, and then you won't squash the cup. To save time, I think I'm only going to do half the cup, and then when I finish, I will finish the other side of the cup. I think I'll just do just over half. Hold on. Right. So it's something like this. Okay, so half a cup, the pattern will be like this. Okay, then I think it goes quite well with that. That will be quite cute, I think. So we will see. Right, so I'm going to show you how I make this part and this. I mean, some people must have seen my video already, but I got a request to do live today for this, so I may as well do it. Okay, so I'm going to put that down. Now, we're going to move on how I cover the cup. Let me put this somewhere safe in case I knock it. That can go there. Okay, so now you will need, let me put that away. You will need some flour paste. And then you need two 18 gauge wire as the spacer or the thickness for the paste. So that, I mean, I sometimes use the paste roller or you call it pasta machine, but I thought you guys can use wire at home. Right, let me see if I miss anybody. Oh my god, there's so many people here. Hi everyone. Hi Sarah. Hi. Hola. Rosero, Gabby, Beatrice, Alicia. Hi Joan. Hi Dee. Hi Mom. My mom is here. Hi Hassan. Hi Dad. My father is here. Hi Anna. There's quite a lot of you here. If I miss your hello, I am hello to everyone here. Wow, okay, there's quite a lot of messages. Do you have the mug mold for sale? Yes, go to my website, Chik.com. You will find all my products there. Oh my God. Okay, now we need to have some paste, and we have Saracino paste and mixed with Winshaw flour paste today. So I don't think I need that much. Right, okay, let me put this away. So you need to knead your paste quite well. And make sure there's no fluff. I mean, unfortunately, our clothes and stuff always bring fluffs onto surfaces. So make sure I can never get out of the mold. Any tips? Of course. There is only few problem if you can't get out of the mold. Your paste is kind of wet or warm when you put on the former, or your tracks or the Crisco you on the table have have got onto the side of your cup former, and that is the main problem. So plenty of corn flour on your surfaces where you roll out your paste. So now, no crease. Try to make sure you have done a kind of circular paste. Roll out a circular paste. Right, then it's kind of to the quite thin. Use the 18 gauge wire. 18 gauge is what I'm using. Then use it as a guide. Okay. Make sure you lift your paste up and turn to a different direction. Make sure all your paste is all even, because otherwise when you smooth it down you will have an uneven cup edges. Okay, I think that's okay. Put your hand on the paste and give it a rub. If you feel there's any bumps and stuff, use your rolling pin to roll over. So this is the thickness, and you want your paste to drape your hand like this. Sometimes when you use flour paste or modeling paste, don't use flour paste. It does not drape. If it does not drape, it will still work, but it's just you will take longer to get the shape you want. So you see, this is quite dry, quite dry on my hand. Okay. Then you choose the side which is not stick to your hand. Get your former. We'll leave that for there for now. Then, like I said, today I don't have any tracks with me, so I just use regular butter. Why I don't suggest use regular butter is because regular butter contain color, so it sometimes change the color of your paste or consistency. Tracks or Crisco is the best. But I'm not going to do it on this table because I need to make sure the camera is in view. So I'm going to do this on there so that I can turn and then so I'm not in the view of the camera. So this is just another service. You can do this at home as well if you guys have a board or cutting mat or a cutting board or something. Okay, so that is your former. You don't want nothing on this, nothing or nothing underneath. This I have suggested on my tutorial already. You want nothing on this. All you do is get some Crisco, tracks. I'm using butter today because I don't have tracks at home. Get a bit of this and then go round and do it on the surface, clean surface. So like this. When you use tracks or Crisco, once you lift your paste up, the paste is okay to use again because the Crisco and tracks, it work as a moisture condition for your paste. Actually, it's quite good for your paste. So make sure, like, so if there is any butter go onto your former, make sure you wipe it off. But don't worry, I'll teach you guys what I do after to make sure the people who have problem getting it out. I mean, I have sold thousands of these. This is designed in, I can't even remember when I designed this. This is designed in 2014. We are 2020 now, so I've been selling this for quite a while. Okay. So it's like this. Oh no, I dropped the butter. Hold on a second. Someone said, did you say don't use flour paste? You can use flour paste. Flour paste or modeling paste. But I will suggest you to use modeling paste. I find flour paste once dry. Because some people do eat it. This design for perfect, to put a cupcake perfectly inside. So if you use flour paste, when you cut it, it'll be too crispy to eat. So I prefer modeling paste on that matter. Right, okay, hold on. I dropped some butter on the table. I need to wipe it. So I am using corn flour. If your house is very damp or your climate is quite warm, normally I would just put it on without putting anything. But if your hand is really warm, hot, then choose the side of the paste you want. I want that to be the paste to go down. Put some corn flour, not icing sugar, corn flour on the paste. Okay, you don't normally have to do this, but I'm telling the people who keep on telling to me like, oh, my country is really hot, my paste is quite warm, so use corn flour. Drape it in the middle. Right, let me move it. You see, the butter works as a barrier to anchor the paste down. When you do this, it's just like covering cake. There's no different than your normal procedure. Make sure the skirt of your paste have no crease. Try not to do too much of that, otherwise you will crack there. But if you crack there, you can push the paste up, it's okay. Or start again. If your hand got butter or Crisco, corn flour, get rid of the wet of the butter on your hand. Normally I'll do this, but if I do this you guys can't see it, so I'm going to use my finger, smooth it like this. You guys can just do it how you guys cover a cake. And for the people who say to me, oh, the paste does not anchor on the table or move around. That is because you didn't put enough tracks of butter on the table. Look, it's not going anywhere. You see what I'm doing? The butter, it is holding the paste on the former. You turn it over, look. Okay? Then use your hand, do this motion. Just like how you do cake. Push, while you're doing this, push your paste in a bit so that you don't give too much stress for the top of the former. Sometimes it creates a barrier and then it creates air bubble. Lift this up and then get rid of the air bubble. This is the longest part you need to do. Once you do this, then you just let it dry. Right, now, once you are happy with the shape, now we move on to using a normal cake smoother. And you want a straight edge on the edge. Then we will use, I'll do this way, you can see. Right, make sure it's straight down, not in like this, it's straight down. So you want, let me show you. You want hard like this, okay? I mean, if you guys like my video, please share it from me and it will help the traffic on my page. So go around and try to go under. If there's air bubble, lift it up, push it back in. So get rid of the air bubble. Okay. Go around and try to get the paste to the base as much as possible, and that will give you a perfect edge. Well, not perfect, nothing is perfect when it is handmade, but you will try to get the best you can. Right, so now I'll push the paste back in a little so that it gives a tighter finish on the edges. Then what you want to do is get the biggest circle cutter. On my video, I have just cut it with a knife because I do this quite often. For beginner people, use the biggest cutter, and I will show you how I do this. Then you will go as close to the edge as possible cut it down, and then the motion is like this. You don't have to do it all in one go, but once you do it a few times, you can do it all in one go, but I will show you. So you want to go close to the edge like this, and then cut. I might not cut it as good because the camera is in the way, but I'll try. Okay, I'll show you. So now I have just cut it. And then continue. Cut it like that. Once it's cut, you can see it peel away. So now this one is with butter, you just scrunch it back up. You can reuse this. Okay. Then you lift this up. You see, I have butter gone onto the edges myself. So what I do is, I always turn this over to know if your cup is stuck to the paste. Always take it out and check. If at this stage your cup is already stuck, then you know once it's dry, definitely it's going to stuck, isn't it? So what I do is, I'll take it out, use my hand, wipe off the butter, tracks or Crisco. Corn flour is my best friend, honestly. So I'll dab loads of corn flour there. Corn flour in there if you want to make sure it come out, because if your house is damp. Right, I'll leave that there for now. And then you see there's butter there. Make sure you wipe it off. Butter there. Corn flour there. Put it back in. Smooth it back down. The paste will already hold the shape for you. You see, that is back to its proper shape. Let me clean the surface of this so that I can try on there. Right, I'm going to put this aside. Then you want to get yourself a foam, like any foam, just foam. And then rest it on there overnight. I mean, in my house, it needs to rest on there overnight. And then once it dry, so once it dry, you should be able to just take your cup out like this. Okay? So that is the most important part for the cup. Right, so step one finished. We will put it aside to dry. Is there any question? Right, so I will say again, you can get my cup and saucer former set on my website, Chik.com. Now we will move on to how to make the base for the cup. This is my invention and is copyright under my name. So if you guys see any product which is similar, can you guys be kind enough to let me know? Okay, now I am going to sit down we can move closer to the table now. Okay, now I think I can see better. You will need to get yourself a little circle cutter. So I'm using the smallest set. You see, this is the back of this. What type of paste did you use? Because you said we should not use flour paste. No. What I mean is I prefer you not to use flour paste if you are going to eat it, because you can put a cupcake inside and you can cut with a cupcake inside. If you use flour paste, it will crumble and very crispy to eat. So I said I prefer use modeling paste if this is going to be served on a cake. Right, so that's that. Then we will. I hope that answers your question, Felix. Right, so we have more paste here. We will make the bottom first. I mean, this part preferably with no crease, but it doesn't matter. If you Marketula, thank you. I have it and made teacup with modeling chocolate. It's very easy to make a teacup and teapot. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad you have put a positive feedback. As I said, I've been selling this for 2014, so I have sold quite a lot of this, and I have very good review. For the people who have problem with the cup, I think it's only because the paste or the tracks or the Crisco have gone onto the paste, so the cup gets stuck in there. Right, so if you have a spacer at home, you can use this, and if you don't have, it's okay. I guess you guys will have this kind of tools at home, so you can use this as a guide, or you can use this. Obviously, if you use this, that will be give you much taller bottom. I wasn't going to do my own product. It's just I feel like I'm hard selling my product, but I got a request to do it today, and I'm glad that I have quite a lot of people watching this. So what we want to do is we have a guide, and then we will roll it like so. I mean, you can be more generous, but I just grab a paste. So now, same again, some corn flour so that it come out easier. Go like this. We can put this away. Now, that is the base for this. Okay. Ideally, you want to make sure this completely dry to do the next step, but you don't have to. You can do it straight away. I think that is the one. I think, yeah, that is the one. So it's the smallest in the set. The biggest in the set to cut the edges. The smallest in the set to make the base. So now, Margaret, thank you, C, for doing the demo. I learned a lot. Oh, great. I hope this video helped everyone who have bought this cup saucer. Right, so same again, we use 18 gauge. I mean, when I first do this, when you see in the video, I just did it, and but now because I'm doing demo, I'm thinking like, okay, what will you guys find at home and to use it as a guide? So I have choose this. So because people will be easy to get some 18 gauge wire. So I use everything as 18 gauge wire thickness. You don't have to use this, but it's just, I thought it's easy for everyone to find. Right, let's see if this is enough paste for me. Let's see. Okay, just enough. Hi, Betty. Oh, thank you. Oh, I didn't know you're back to work already. Right, okay, put some corn flour. Okay. Then you want to use this. And then you kind of cut it. Give it a wiggle to give you better edges. Okay. Then you want some, right, I didn't bring any water, hold on. Right, you want to use some water, and you want to put some water on there. And then what you want to do is, in my video I do it like this, but I can't see because the camera is there. So I'll turn it upside down. Find the middle point. This is another way to do it. Find the middle point of the base. Turn it over. Then tuck. Slowly tuck it down. Gravity will do its thing. You don't really need to do much about it. So your hand motion is like kind of like this. So forcing it to come down. You don't want to touch the edge too much. And then once you kind of get all the edges down, use this and then do a little wiggle to force it into a circle, kind of. Right, you will need to spend some time to kind of get all the edges into like this. So once all the edges are touching on the table, I think I'm okay with this. Once the gravity, because these take quite a few hours to dry, so once you rest it on the foam with the cup, let it dry for 8 hours. Once it dry, it will be like this. Make sure it's completely dry before you put the cup on. So I'm going to put this aside. Okay, so let it dry on the side. Let me see, any question? Hi, I have your farmer, but have had trouble removing the cup from the mold, so thank you for doing this. It's okay. I mean, I'm glad that I can help you guys, because sometimes I know how to do it, and then I show you the video, and I won't know that you guys don't understand until you guys give me feedback. So I'm glad someone requests this, and I'm doing this for you guys. And this is I'm showing you something new as well, how I make the pattern and stuff. So for the plate is quite straightforward. I can do a scallop plate. So for the plate, some people say that plate is too small for this cup, but for me, I like this size plate on this cake because any plate bigger, it will overpowering the cake. That's why I use a smaller circle to do the plate. You can go, if you have a circle cutter which is big enough, you can go all the way to the edges. Or you can do a small one like that. That is the size I use in the video, which is smaller. So I'm going to show you guys quickly how I do this. I mean, I think you guys know how to do this already, but I just thought may as well. Because I don't have the biggest cutter, circle cutter at home, I use the container as the cutter. So I just turn it upside down and then use it like this. So I'm going to do it now. I think it looks perfect, very pretty. Thank you very much. I think it's very pretty too. Pretty things do take time, and I'm a person who is super impatient. People think I'm a very patient person, but actually I'm very impatient because my mind is always like 100 miles per hour. There's so much thing I want to do, and I have so many hobbies, and I like to learn things non-stop. So sometimes I just don't have time to do pretty things, and I think I do need to force myself to sit down and make more nice stuff. But because when I'm doing this and when I'm making stuff, that's not my income. At the end of the day, we have bills we need to pay, so my main income is by selling my equipment. But I'm glad that I do this demo, and I hope you guys will take something new from this rather than being bored because you guys have seen it before. So that's why sometimes I don't want to do demo, because all my video is on my YouTube channel, how to do it, and all my products is on my YouTube channel. And I thought, oh, you guys might be bored, so I don't want to show it. But yeah, so right, okay, so because I don't have the bigger size cutter, so the bigger size cutter for this set is that one, but I still think it's not big enough, so I use the cover instead. Or you can use cake board and then put the board there and use a cutter cut it. You don't have to use cutter, so I'll just do this. Okay, it's not as perfect as this cutter because these edges is not meant for cutting, but just once you get it out, you just move the edges. I'm not going to spend time on this, but so all you do is you put it down. Same again, if you worry that it will stick to your former, use some corn flour and then put it down. Put it in the middle. Let it dry overnight, but if your house is very dry and have good ventilation, but normally it will hold the shape within 6 hours, but it all depends the paste you use and stuff. So let that sit aside and dry. Right, okay, so we will move on to, now we have some paste here. Now we move on to my mold. If I do this, you will see the logo. So this I have designed in 2015, and this is the handle and the flower mold. I was going to do a small flowers mold for myself anyway, but then I was like, oh, let's put a handle onto the cup. So you see my molds are quite deep, and I have made quite a few of these flowers today, and I have used this mold in other demo already. That one is from that one. I'm going to show you in a minute. And I always use corn flour instead of icing sugar. So corn flour, okay, like this. If your paste is quite damp or wet, how to know your paste is good for mold? It is when your paste stick to your finger like this. That will stick to most of the mold, because you play with it and then your paste get warm and then it will become sticky like this. Roll it out like a sausage. Okay. Then you follow, make sure there's no crack. If there is crack, it will show on the handle. Hold on, I see a question. Do you paint freehand or trace the pattern on then paint? This one I painted freehand, but of course I have a picture in front of me. You can trace it. It doesn't matter really. Flowers, they have their own kind of, how to say it, shape and form. So I don't really harp on like, oh, I have to make sure it look exactly the same. So I think freehand is quite good. And once you've done quite a few freehand, then it's kind of like you have imprinted the pattern in your head. Then it's getting easier the next time you do it. So I've done that. Right. Get yourself a palette knife, palette knife, because it's not sharp, so it won't hurt your silicone mold. Then put your finger there, kind of on top of your blade, and then slightly slide it across. You don't want to dig into the mold. If you dig into the mold, then you kind of dig into the paste. You see? I mean, your paste is really important. If you are using sugar paste and then mix with CMC or gum track, then that probably sometimes will be too sticky for mold. So I always suggest to people use modeling paste for mold items. I used to having trouble getting mold out before I have my own mold. And then it's kind of like you need to learn your paste and get the correct paste for yourself. So that's done. Then you wiggle it. So you can see you want it come apart. You don't want it to stick to the paste. Otherwise, you will have problem getting it out. Then what I do is, sometimes it just fall out, but I will make sure it will come out. I'll do this. I'll put more corn flour, open it up, corn flour, open it up, corn flour. If you find, sometimes you get molds which is very fine details. I mean, I do buy other people's mold as well if I like them. I don't just use my own. And you can use this method if you can't get out, or you can put it in the freezer for few minutes and then take it out and then use it. Okay, so now we are ready to get this out. So you turn it over. There. So that's you dry it like this. Put it with your other items which you want to dry. Okay, so once it holds the shape before it's completely dry, you put it next to the cup you are going to use. Make sure that it fits perfect. It doesn't matter if it doesn't fit perfect, you can just use royal icing to stick it on. But I always suggest to people when they see me do live demo or they see me in Cake International at my cake stand, I always say to them, like, before it's completely dry, put that next to your cup, just to make sure that part and that part kind of fit onto your cup. So I'm going to put this aside. Okay, so now we're going to move on to painting. I'm only going to paint half the cup today because it will take too long to do that. Right, now I need some paintbrushes. Right, okay, I'll use this one actually. Should I use this one? Right, I have two type of brushes. Because for finer details, make sure you use kind of like a nice thin brush. For wider area, use a bigger brush. Oh, I don't like this one actually. I always have different type of brush because I sell brushes myself, so you can get my brush on my website. Always when you are using luster dust always ruin your brushes, no doubt about it. So make sure you have a fine brush for painting and a brush for luster dust, because luster dust always when you wash it, you cannot ever really kind of, because they're so fine, they get into the base on your brush and then it ruins your brush. So if you like me make modeling figures and stuff, I always have different set of brush for painting. So now, earlier I said I have a luster dust, edible luster dust. I always mix my own color. This is a light pink, but I don't know if you guys can see. I hope you guys can see it. And I always use dipping solution. This is edible, and I love this. You can use lemon extract or water, but this is what I use. Joanne, that's my cup former order. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm glad you like my live video, and you have ordered it. Thank you very much. Right, so what you want to do is after you add water or vodka, yeah, the trick is you want to make kind of like a runny paste. You don't want it to be water. You want your how to say it, your liquid carry the luster. So now, once your cup former is dry, put back, like you take it out, you check, oh, if it gets stuck or not. Then whatever you do with the cup, the pattern or anything, put back your former in there. That is to help you to hold your cup, because our hand get warm and sweaty, and you want to have the minimal contact with the cup as much as possible. But sometimes you do forget. I sometimes forget to put it back. So always put it back so that you can have it like on your hand and that remain the shape for you. Right. Because this is kind of like an alcohol product, so it dry quite quick. So you need to be quick. So this is edible luster dust mixed with dipping solution. But dipping solution is just like alcohol. Then you just paint directly. Right, remember I'm only doing half. Right, when you are doing this at home, as I said, I have to draw the line quite dark to show you guys, to show on the video. So make sure your line, draw it much lighter than this. Unless you don't mind the line showing as a pattern. Your brush need to be, you need to be quite light-handed, so it gives you a good finish. If your paste is not smooth, then it will show on your luster area. Right, I'm being lazy. So this part here, you need to use a smaller brush to achieve the neater line, but I'm going to do it quite quick. Okay. So once it is kind of dry, clean your brush, because sometimes it gets stuck there. And then go over with a brush. Get rid of, do it on top of your plate or something, so that when the dust fall off, it fall off back onto the container. What paste am I using? I am using Saracino, but today I have mixed it with a little bit of Ringshaw modeling paste. Right. So something like this. I'm not going to continue. I'm going to do this after the video. Then I'm going to put this down. Then I will add this. Right, close this for now. Then get yourself some royal icing. You need the royal icing which will hold the shape. Okay? You want stiff royal icing, but not too dry. If it's too dry, it won't stick. Okay, let me clean myself. Right, so I have this. This is completely dry. Royal icing in the middle. Okay, still have the fondant inside, so that when you pick it up, it helps you to hold the shape. Squash it down, turn it, make sure it's in the middle. You don't need to do this, but I would like to use some paste and give it a line. Actually, I'll do that now. Okay, like this. And then you put it back on the table and then press it. Make sure it's secure. Okay, now get yourself some paste. Roll it out to a sausage. And then you want them all even size, so always use a smoother or a ruler doing this motion so that it gives you perfect sausage. Okay. And also, when I use my brush to glue something, I always make sure I use certain brush for glue. So I will make a mark, because all my paintbrush is my brand, so they all look the same. I will put a sticker on to make sure when I am gluing or painting luster dust, each brushes have a pointed each thing to do, so I don't mix my brushes. Okay, so now get some water, pick it back up, try not to touch the base. I think I need more water. So this is an edible cup. You can put a perfect size cupcake in this. Ooh. So you want to, so that gives you a nice finish, you see? Let me cut there. I am going to finish it completely when this line finish. Oh, okay, too long. Ah, man. Okay. Must be not enough water there. I mean, you can decorate the cup when the cup is drying, but I don't suggest that, because the more you handle the cup, the, how to say it might make your paste stick to the cup. So make sure when you are doing this, your cup is dry. So something like this. Then the handle, I always leave the handle to the end to do. I have made, oh no, I broke some of this earlier from my mold. That is from there, that one. And if you want it as thin as this, then you don't fill it to the top, you half fill it. Actually, let me show you guys. So you want tiny bit of paste. Make sure no crease. Then you put some corn flour to the flour. Then fill it. I mean, your hand can't get to it. Get yourself tools, ball tools or anything. this is when you want to make your flower very, very thin. Do this, and then to make sure all the edges is done, go like that. So tuck. Okay, then wiggle it, then it will just fall out. You see how it just fall out? And there. It's quite quick to use mold, so I'm going to put this aside with the rest of them. Okay, now we are going to just dot it. You can paint the flower into different color, but I'm not going to paint it now. I mean, you can have the pattern repeat itself down there. Then I will choose to use this one. Then I will need quite a few more. 3, 4. So I will put it in the middle for this one to echo the I mean, even just with dots as decoration, I think it's quite nice. For these, I always use royal icing to stick my decoration. But if it is not sticking, maybe because it's curved, so you put a bit more on. I think I'll put a bit more on so that it kind of give it a race back. Right, I need one more. Okay, so you can paint the pink, or you can use pink paste. Now we are going to put the handle. So you see there is a little gap there, but don't worry, your royal icing will fill the gap for you. So put it there. Make sure the handle is the last thing you put on. I'm just putting on now to show you guys, because if you're still doing stuff to the cup, don't put this on yet. Someone asked, how much is a set of former? I think the set of former, this is, I can't remember, is it $12.99? I can't remember. So go to my website, you will find all the information there. It's my name.com, Chik.com. So that's that. Now, I have put royal icing there, you see? And then I guess, make sure all your joints or anything you do is on one side, where your handle is, because that is the side of your cup. And then now you want to make the, You want to clean the edges. Yes, that's the word. So any raw icing that squeeze out, get rid of it. I mean, sometimes when you see expensive bone china, even the joints are not perfect. So if your joints are not perfect, don't beat yourself up about it. So, and then now, that will give you a perfect edge. Don't know if you can see, for the cup. And I quite like the shine on the cup, so you can do different color and stuff. So like that. I'm going to turn it upside down and put it there. You can spend more time and you can paint the base. You can make it stripy. You can do lots of stuff. And I probably will make one look like a flower on my next tutorial. And then I will put it up for you guys. So if you want it removable, then you don't put any royal icing there. But if you are taking it to somewhere, transport, you need to use royal icing to stick it down. If this is on top of a cake. Okay. I think that's it for today. I'm going to put this finished product on the page like usual next week. And did you guys see my helicopter last week, the tutorial? So I am going to show you guys again. So this is what I made last week. So if you guys haven't seen it, go to my page, you will see. So this is the thing I have done last week. It's quite fun. I like to make things quite fun. and you can pull it. I have make it with fish string and then you can pull it. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. And if you want to buy the cup and saucer format, please check out my website. All the details is on there. And you can see all my other products and tutorial links and YouTube channel link are there. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.